Two retirees can leave work with the same savings, the same house, and the same number of free hours. A year later, one says retirement is the best stage of life. The other says it feels strangely flat. The difference is rarely one more vacation or one better investment. Happy retirees repeatedly do 7 things well. They remove friction, protect the capacity to enjoy what they built, and keep some forward motion in the week. The first 6 make retirement easier. The 7th prevents freedom from turning into drift after the honeymoon wears off. This applies whether you are 5 years from retirement or already living it. The first thing happy retirees do well is plan an ordinary week, not just a retirement date. The first Monday can feel wonderful. No alarm, no commute, nobody waiting for a report. Then Monday becomes Tuesday, Tuesday becomes Thursday, and 3 weeks pass without anything clearly wrong or especially satisfying. That is the trap. Retirement removes the schedule, but it does not automatically replace the purpose, social contact, or rhythm that schedule used to provide. A good non-financial plan is simple. Give the week 3 anchors. 1 reason to move your body, 1 reason to see another person, and 1 reason to be useful. A walking group, lunch with a friend, a volunteer morning, time with grandchildren, a class, a workshop, or a small paid role can do the job. Do not fill every square on the calendar. Retirement needs white space. But white space feels better when it surrounds something you care about instead of stretching from one television program to the next. The useful test is not whether your bucket list looks exciting. It is whether a normal Wednesday has a shape. That ordinary week also reveals the spending you actually value. A budget becomes easier to trust when it is attached to real plans instead of a vague promise to enjoy life someday. Second, happy retirees close the files that create background worry. These are rarely glamorous jobs. An old beneficiary form, a will written before the grandchildren were born, a spouse who does not know where the passwords are, a healthcare decision nobody has discussed, an account that arrives by paper statement but is missing from the household list. Each item may take 1 afternoon to fix. Left alone, it can occupy a corner of the mind for years and become a much larger problem during illness, confusion, or loss. Create one continuity folder. It should show the major accounts, monthly income, recurring bills, insurance, important contacts, beneficiaries, and where the legal documents are kept. The documents themselves depend on your family, assets, and state, so an attorney may be worth paying for. The goal is not to own every legal document. The goal is to make sure the household can still function if the person who normally manages everything cannot. Peace of mind often comes from decisions already made. Review that folder once a year, and after any major change, such as a move, death, divorce, new account, or change in health. A system that was accurate 5 years ago can become false confidence if nobody maintains it. Third, happy retirees treat health as part of the retirement plan. A portfolio can pay for the hotel. It cannot walk through the airport. It can buy the house. It cannot make the stairs easy. It can fund time with grandchildren. It cannot get you off the floor after a fall. This is not a lecture about becoming an athlete at 70. It is about protecting capacity, strength to carry groceries, balance to stay independent, endurance to enjoy a day out, and enough mobility to keep housing and travel choices open. Build a routine you will actually repeat. Walking, swimming, strength work, balance practice, gardening, a class with people you like. Start slowly if you have been inactive, and ask a doctor what fits if health conditions make exercise complicated. The best exercise plan is not the impressive one. It is the one that is still happening 6 months from now. And there is a financial connection. Every bit of independence you preserve can protect choices around transportation, home maintenance, travel, and daily care. Health spending is not only about treatment. It can also mean shoes that make walking easier, a class you attend consistently, or adapting the home before a preventable fall forces a much larger decision. If you are already retired and thinking you should have done all of this 10 years ago, stop there. This is not a scorecard for what you missed. Pick one area that would make next month easier. Happy retirement is built forward, even when it starts late. Fourth, happy retirees use money to buy back the right kind of time. Many people enter retirement with an old rule in their head. If I can do it myself, paying someone else is wasteful. So they clean the gutters, spend a Saturday fighting tax software, drive across town to save a few dollars, and keep doing chores they disliked even when they were 40. Sometimes doing it yourself is satisfying. Keep those jobs. But if the task is dangerous, drains your energy, or blocks time you value more, outsourcing can be a legitimate retirement purchase. A house cleaner may buy energy. A handyman may buy safety. A tax professional may buy confidence. Grocery delivery during a difficult month may buy independence. No one awards a retirement medal for cleaning gutters at 72. The rule is not outsource everything. Ask what the expense gives back. If it returns time, safety, or peace of mind without weakening the plan, the money may be doing exactly what retirement savings were built to do. Fifth, happy retirees are generous without making generosity financially dangerous. Retirement may leave you with more than money. You may have time, judgment, patience, professional skill, and decades of experience that someone else genuinely needs. That could mean mentoring a younger worker, helping a neighbor, volunteering, teaching a skill, caring for grandchildren on a predictable day, or supporting a cause that matters to you. Contribution creates a kind of satisfaction that consumption cannot replace. But generosity needs a boundary. Helping adult children should not require hiding withdrawals from a spouse. Giving money should not erase the emergency reserve. Becoming useful is different from becoming financially responsible for every problem around you. Decide in advance what you can give in money, time, and energy. A clear limit lets generosity feel warm instead of quietly resentful. It also protects the relationship, because help that can be sustained is usually more valuable than one dramatic rescue that leaves the retiree anxious afterward. Sixth, happy retirees put relationships on the calendar. Working life creates accidental contact. Someone walks past your desk, a client calls, you eat lunch with the same people because everyone is already there. Retirement removes much of that contact in a single week. The answer is not collecting dozens of acquaintances. It is building repeatable contact with a few people who matter. Call the old friend before there is a special reason. Set the next lunch before the current lunch ends. Join something that meets every week instead of attending one event and hoping friendship somehow appears. Relationships usually grow through frequency, not grand gestures. And if you are married, retirement does not require permanent togetherness. Two people can love each other and still need separate friends, separate interests, and separate afternoons. Connection works better when it has room to breathe. Now the seventh habit, and this is the one that explains why unlimited leisure can still feel empty. Happy retirees continue to grow. Not because retirement needs another performance review. Not because every hobby must become a business. Growth simply means there is still a next step. A garden can improve. A language can become easier. Strength can return. A family history can be written. A woodworking project can get more ambitious. A volunteer role can become more useful. Even a friendship can deepen. Progress matters because pleasure adapts. The new car becomes the normal car. The long-awaited trip ends. The empty calendar stops feeling luxurious. But a life with something developing keeps giving tomorrow a reason to arrive. The project does not need to impress anyone. It only needs to create a visible difference between yesterday and next month. This is the deeper pattern behind all 7 habits. Happy retirees do not try to maximize leisure. They remove unnecessary friction, protect the capacity to use their freedom, and keep enough direction that the days do not flatten into one another. They plan the ordinary week. They make the household easier to manage during a crisis. They protect their body. They spend selectively to reclaim time. They give without endangering themselves. They maintain relationships on purpose. And they keep one part of life moving forward. Notice what is missing: a universal retirement number, a luxury purchase, or a calendar packed with impressive trips. Money matters enormously. Financial stress can poison retirement. But once the floor is secure, happiness depends on whether the money can be converted into a good, ordinary life. Here is the action for this week. Choose one item in each of 3 columns. Remove one piece of friction, such as an unfinished document or recurring chore. Protect one piece of capacity, such as a movement habit or medical appointment. Create one point of direction, such as a lunch, project, class, or person who needs your help. Do not redesign the rest of your life in one afternoon. Improve the next 7 days. In the comments, tell me which part of retirement surprised you most. Filling the week, managing the household, protecting your health, maintaining relationships, or finding something meaningful to work toward. And if you are already retired, what habit made the biggest difference? Next, we are looking at 5 things you should never tell anyone. Retirement can make people more open about savings, travel plans, family problems, and who controls the accounts. Some information belongs with the right people. In the wrong hands, it can create pressure, scams, or conflict. The difficult part is knowing the difference between healthy privacy and harmful secrecy. A happy retirement is not empty time. It is time that knows what it is for.